The Sabine River is definitely going to be the trickiest fantasy fishing event of the entire year, and most fantasy players will get it wrong. Watch this video to make sure you don't get tripped up and you stay atop of your league. Sabine River is like the Pasquotank River, but without the giant bass. Like, it's going to fish shallow. It's going to be a grinder. Bites will be a premium. Actually, like, people actually probably will catch a lot of fish. They just won't catch a lot of big ones. Like 8, 9, 10 pound limit is going to go a long ways, and 12, 15 pound limits are going to set you apart at this event. This is not going to be like Lake Fork, where we just saw, where 30 pound bags are raining from the sky. Expect a very tight event, low weights, and maybe we'll see which veteran, like a Greg Hackney or Jason Christie or Kyle Welcher or somebody like that, can reign supreme at the Sabine River in 2025. It's always an exciting event at Orange, Texas. Even though the weights aren't super big, this place fishes a lot like a lot of places that you and I and other anglers and people that follow Bassmaster fish, and it's relatable. We're not going to probably see an overabundance of front-facing sonar. It's going to be a lot of spinnerbaits, chatterbaits, flipping, buzzbait, frogs, things like that. Maybe a little finesse to get those grimy bites. We'll see maybe some long runs. We'll see if people stay close. I think we've got some muddy water maybe flowing through the system. A lot to unpack here. Before we get into the fancy picks, let's talk about who did well in the Beat HellaBass group at Lake Fork. Jay Carr, silver side, 1,283 points. You are the winner of the Beat HellaBass group. Congratulations. I already sent you a note. Hopefully you've got it. So you can claim your Omnia Pro prize, which will save you 10% on all your purchases from Omnia Fishing. Get points back, free shipping, no minimum order, plus a bunch of cool light layers on your mapping when you're breaking down your favorite lake, like we're going to break down the Sabine River in a little bit here, plus exclusive sales for pro members. If you haven't got pro, check it out. It's definitely worth it. Don't forget, we have a contingency program for the year-end Beat HellaBass where your gift card will double if you're a pro member. If you haven't signed up for pro yet, you can use code HBPRO to save 50% on signing up. Many of you have checked it out. Don't be the one left out. You're definitely going to want to check out Omnia Pro. If you're not sure whether you want Omnia Pro or not, but you still want to check out Omnia and support them for supporting the Fantasy Fishing Stream, there is a discount code for 15% off down in the description that you can use to get some great gear from Omnia Fishing, test out their great selection, test their awesome customer service, as well as their super fast shipping. On the Drain the Lake side, Rusty Scapano, Scope 29, also a winner. Missed a couple lineups you can see for the last two events, but got it in for Fork and won himself a prize. So just because you miss some lineups doesn't mean you can't win the events. And we still got 4 events left completing the Sabine River. But I think once this roster closes, I think we're going to shut down the Beat HellaBass group. So this is your last chance. Get in the Beat HellaBass group. Details down below if you haven't and you want to get in on these prizes. So taking a look at the Sabine River out of Orange, Texas, where we have big crowds, things like that, you can see in this area, we see spinnerbaits, we see creatures, we see jigs, things like that play. This should be no surprise. This is a massive playing field. They take off of the Sabine River here in this area above Sabine Lake, but they can take the intercoastal waterway, run all the way down to Houston, like Brock Mosley has in the past. They can get way up some of these rivers, these tributaries that lead to the bottoms of some of these other lakes. So there's a lot of opportunity here. And with rains in East Texas, this could kind of change things on the overall landscape, and it'll be interesting. Maybe some of the places that played in the past won't play so much in the future. We definitely can see there is different pockets of muddy water throughout the system, which should be something that the anglers will have to account for, and they can only fish Texas waters in this event. We can see some fishing reports from Bob Downey when he was in 2023. Obviously, there's some saltwater intrusion, but largemouth bass, the main player here, and you can see it's a lot of old school fishing techniques that play well in this area. Let's get into the picks. Start with fantasy fishing game. We'll go into the pick'em and we'll finish with Drain the Lake and get you a tiebreaker weight. Dark green, we had a so-so tournament at Lake Fork. It started out really good day 1, and then a couple of my anglers faded on day 2. Looking at the ownership percentage here, Matt Robertson has had 2 top 10s in his 2 visits to the Sabine River. So at Bucket E, he could be a really good value. Gerald Swindle's got a ton of experience here. Matty Wong finished runner-up or 3rd place last time I was here. Some decent options here in Bucket E for sure. Blake Capps, kind of a shallow water Oklahoma guy. Obviously, Steve Kennedy has seen this water a ton. But I'm going to go with Alex Weather. He got his first top 10 here when they visited in 2023. He's from the area where he fishes Delaware River. He's had some good tournaments on the James. He's had an okay tournament at the Pasquotank River. Seems like it fits his strength. I like him in Bucket E this week. Got Hackney leading the charge in Bucket D. He's almost won here a couple times. You know, Dakota Eber, I thought he absolutely was getting a check this last event on Lake Fork after his day one, having 30 pounds, and then only bringing in one fish. I don't know that I can pick Dakota Eberry. He's let me down too many times this year. So maybe you can cash in on that. Stetson Blaylock, Logan Latuso, Brad Watley. These are all anglers that are very comfortable here, got good experience. Caleb Summerall did me pretty well at Lake Fork. This should fit his strengths. He's got some good check finishes here. Should feel right at home. It's not too far from home. Understands these Louisiana, Texas, Bayou type bass. I think he'll do quite well here. Caleb Summerall in bucket D. Welcher and Christie headlining things here. Welcher's got 2 top 10s here. Christie won one of the recent events here two times ago, a little bit earlier in the spring, throwing a spinnerbait, getting way up those rivers. That could play again this year. Hunter Shryock, Tyler Rivette, Bo Browning. No surprise, these guys are getting most of the attention. I think I'm going to go Kyle Welcher, making a charge, fishing well. Jason Christie, Hunter Shryock, Tyler Rivette, also good options. Bo Browning, chatterbait guy, son of Stephen Browning. Should feel comfortable. His roots grow up in some of those Arkansas shallow fisheries that fish pretty similar to the Sabine. We got Brock Mosley, former winner here in 2023. He's been known to make runs to Houston, lead the events. He's stayed close. He's had different game plans. He's a really good pick here. Easton Fothergill. Not necessarily on paper does this set up for him great, but he's got, 4 top 10s in a row now with the Classic, the Pasquotank, Hartwell, Fork. He's climbed from almost dead last now to be in bucket B. He's probably going to be in bucket A pretty soon if he keeps catching them like this. When I interviewed him on our live stream, he said he was looking forward to Sabine. He thinks he'll do well here. That's an interesting pick. Brandon Lester could be good here. Luke Palmer has some strong events here over the years. But I think I'm going to go with Brock Mosley. It was really a toss-up between me and Easton and Brock. And, we're going to go with the former winner. He's just got more experience here. I feel like he's a little safer, but I wouldn't doubt if Easton caught him here again. Bucket A, Trey McKinney leading the charge here after another top 10. Jay Shakurt coming off a top 10. John Cox had some good tournaments. Seth Feider has done well here. A lot of these anglers are doing really well. I mean, anytime anybody's in bucket A, they are somebody to look at. Kyle Norsetter, surprisingly, having a really strong season. People are sleeping on him. But I think I'm going to go Chase Shakurt. I said he was the safest pick at Lake Fork, and I didn't pick him. I took Lee, went down with the ship like many of you did. I'm taking Jay because I think he's like a top 10, 20 machine rest of the year. So I'm going to take those safe points and avoid a bomb, and I'm taking Jay Shakurt. Let's get over to the pick'em game and check that out. Brock Mosley, Jason Christie, former champs. I'm going Mosley because he's had more consistent success, and his win was closer to this time of year than Jason's. Shakurt versus Will Davis. Yeah, I don't know. You just can't pick against Jay these days. Lowen versus Cox, aluminum rig anglers. Bill Lowen's got more experience here, but John Cox has the more consistent finishes. Hackney versus Feider. Ooh, it's a tough one. They both had great tournaments. I think Feider finished 10th and Hackney finished 11th or something like that. So they both had good tournaments at Fork. I don't know. Seth Feider when he's rolling or Greg Hackney closer to home. I think I'm going Seth. Going to be a homer. Roommate matchup. Paul Marks versus Tucker Smith. I don't know. Something about Tucker Smith feels like he's seen more rivers, more grimy stuff in college. This is a gut pick. Milliken versus Ike and Nelly. Neither one of them having great seasons. Ike's seen this more often. I don't know. I feel like Ben has had it out, been complaining about the Sabine River since the schedule came out. So I don't know that he's going to approach this correctly. So I'm going to take Ike. Finally, looking for redemption. Both Blaylock and Levacy had bad tournaments at Lake Fork. Bad day to be a Busch Light or the even-keeled Stetson Blaylock. I'm going to go Blaylock. Let's talk about Drain the Lake. Doing quite well in Drain the Lake. We're going to try to keep that going here. We did save Brock Mosley for this event. Caleb Summerall, Matthew Robertson, Kyle Welcher, Logan Latuso, Tyler Rivette, Greg Hackney, Kyle Norsetter. So my 8-angler roster for the Sabine River: Brock Mosley, Caleb Summerall, Matthew Robertson, Kyle Welcher, Logan Latuso, Tyler Rivette, Greg Hackney, and Kyle Norsetter. Tiebreaker weight, mid-40s, going 46 pounds, 3 ounces. That's a little higher than they have winning weights. Feeling optimistic. It could be as low as the low 40s, high 30s. I don't think there's a chance they crack 50 pounds for 4 days at this event. If you're not in the Beat HellaBass group and you want to learn how, you didn't quite figure out what I said, make sure you check out this video on the screen right here next.